Hello everyone. I have to be a little bit quiet right now. My boss just walked by. He doesn't know we're doing this, but I'm here for the people to save you guys money. We're doing it anyway. Give me 1 second and we're gonna go live. We'll get y'all going. Hello and welcome to this first annual Takeover. My boss doesn't know we're doing this, like I said earlier, but we're gonna get you guys some savings right now. We have the clearance sale going on. I picked out a ton of parts to show you guys what works with what doesn't work, and how you can save a ton of money on a full build or just the parts from a specific build. So this is not the usual Mudhole Live, as you can tell. Usually it's Chris and Hunter here. My name is Hutcheson. I do all the social media for Mudhole. And before I was doing the social media here, I was a rod builder. So I spent probably 5 years of my life on the Mudhole website every single day for multiple hours a day. I feel like I have mastered shopping at Mudhole, and I would have a PhD in it if they offered a degree. So I feel comfortable helping y'all shop here. Fortunately for you guys, boss doesn't know we're doing this. He might come and say, turn it off halfway through. I don't know. But unfortunately for me, when he finds out, I might be out of a job. So get what you can out of me today. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through full builds you can do from these components on the sale. I'm gonna have all the parts up on the screen that you can see. You can see the SKU numbers and what the parts look like. Have them right here too. And you can see different camera angles. And then we're gonna go through stuff like offshore, fly, inshore, bass, and show you parts for all those that work and what they can do. Because I know when I was a customer, I would see a sale page of hundreds of sale items, and it can kind of be confusing, and you don't know exactly what you should get. But I've learned now, like I said, how to master that sale page. So let's get started. Phil, can you scroll down a little bit on the document? First, we're gonna start with full builds. And I figured out an offshore build that's gonna be sick, all out of the clearance sale. So we have these insanely long EVA X-Flux grips. The X-Flux already comes on pre-shrunk and glued. With the American Tackle reel seats in blue. This matches too. This is pretty cool. All in blue. And the American Tackle Turbo boat rod guides. Phil, can you put my computer screen up there real quick too? Thank you. We have the full run of turbo guides, a 25 down to a 12, and then down to 8s, plus the tips for them. So just in the clearance section on the Mudhole page right now, you can get everything you need to build an offshore rod. You can switch the blank out if you need to, but all the components are there. You can switch the grips out, you can do whatever. And you can get decorative with it too, because these sheets of abalone are on sale. I don't know why these are on sale. These are so cool to use. I'm surprised these aren't a bigger seller, but they're on clearance. That means we'll never have them again. And they match this build perfectly. Can't beat it. Blue reel seat, blue guides, blue decorative. All you need is a blue thread and a blank, and you're good to go. And we have the nylon butt to go with it as well. Let's see where that is on the website so we can get a part number for y'all. There's a lot of items in this sale right now. So there's a lot to go through. But once you know about everything, you'll be feeling better shopping. There we go. Nylon graphite gimbals from American Tackle. NG-1 is the SKU number on that. That's a full build for an offshore rod right there. That's our first order of business. Now, what are we gonna go into? Phil, what do you think? Inshore and bass? All right, let's see. Who do we got in here in the chat? Craig Lake from Kentucky. Hello, Craig, how are you? We got David Rundon said there's a giveaway. Glad you brought that up. There will be a giveaway, so stay tuned. About halfway through the show, we're gonna give away a blank and a reel too to put on that blank and components to build with that blank. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for the reminder, David. We got guys from Missouri here. Jonathan Hay from LA, Lower Alabama, if you're not hip to it. Minnesota, Abby Olson, Shady Pirate, we got everyone here. Chiefland, hello. Tin Can. All right, so let's get into the bass and inshore components that you can use from this sale. First, we have this American Tackle. Let me see the correct name. I call it a G2 Vibe, but that could be completely wrong. That's just what it looks like to me. Okay, Phil's telling me to click into it when I get the page up. It is a G2 Vibe. So American Tackle, G2 Vibe 2 split reel seat. This thing's cool because it comes with this piece that goes over the blank, and you glue the trigger part on, you glue the threads and hood part on, and then you put it on your blank. Or you could do it without the middle part, the insert. And to go with that, we have these little winding checks that are on clearance. I know a lot of guys who are building a lot of rods are using these winding checks to put in front of their reel seats. Matt Steffen has them on some of his rod kits. I know Alex Terashenko is using them on his BTO series, but these fit perfectly in a lot of 16 size reel seats, casting. Spinning too, they can fit on the back of a spinning seat. But Fuji, American Tackle, CRB, it fits in all of them. And there's like 5 different colors in these too. There's like blue, green, yellow, red. It's vast. Let's see if we can get a part number on those. This G2 reel seat though is a Vibe 2-16-BU. This thing's sick. Trim piece. Here we go, CRB silicone snap-in winding check. We got black, blue, gray, lime green, orange, pink, red, white, yellow, and black, and a ton of different colors. So not only will it fit that reel seat, I think it'll fit the backside of a DPSM style reel seat too. Here's a Fuji DPSM, here's a size 17 one. It fits perfectly in the trim back there. If you don't want to put a rear grip on one of your builds, just add that and then build thread up to the edge of it from the blank, epoxy it, and you're good to go. Speaking of a Fuji DPSM, let's keep this up for a second. We have some trim parts that fit perfectly with this that can spice up your build. I didn't even know we had this. I was looking on the sale yesterday and I was like, this is literally perfect. It's an aluminum trim ring for down locking foregrips. So it's really, for these I believe, the Fuji down locking foregrips. You put it right on the edge of it, or the tip of it. But it fits perfectly on the top of a DPSM reel seat. And we have a bunch of different colors in these. Well, not a bunch. We have red, gold, and white. But you put that on there and then put a grip on top of that. Adds a little extra bling for your build. Then let's go back to these hidden thread covers. This is sick. Let me find them real quick. They're like a swooped winding check. Which one is it? Whichever one it is, we'll find it and we'll put it in the chat. But you can put it on these hidden thread cover seats, and you put it upside down and then put your grip on top of it. That adds another sick little decorative aspect to that. We have a few more different colors in that and a few more trim rings that are available on the sale right now, which you can read all about on the decorative portion of the sale. And then I'm surprised these are on sale too. This is crazy. This is one of my favorite reel seats from back in the day. It's a CRB palm swell reel seat, and it's the comfort finish. It's so soft. I think it's called Soft Touch actually. Phil, can we confirm that, Soft Touch? Yeah. Phil wants me to show the reel seat a little more. He believes it's Soft Touch. See if we can find it on here. Here we go. CRB Comfort Palm Swell Spinning Reel Seat. We have another winding check, an American Tackle rubber winding check that fits perfectly on top of that. So you can get reel seat and your winding check on clearance right now. Comfort swell. There's tons of grip options that fit these all over the website, and it's pretty readily available and easy to see which ones do fit. So those are some grips. Let's see what we got in the comments real quick. Stout Sportsman, will you let us know what day the extra 20% will be for each category? Funny you should ask. Yes, I will. At the end of this, I'll be telling you at least what tomorrow is and maybe the next day if we get enough interaction. But I'll definitely be telling you what tomorrow is. Thanks for asking. All right, let's see. Fishing with PA just ordered seats yesterday. Sorry. Might as well make another order. All right, so let's go to guides now for your bass builds. I don't know who let these be on sale, but the American Tackle titanium high frame guides, the whole entire runs are on sale, on clearance. They're insanely light, and they're the modern guide style, so you can use a smaller ring with a higher frame, and a lot of times you cast further, and it's lighter. The full run of these, Phil, if you want to show the top-down version real quick, we have a full run of these that go down into the belly guides and the running guides too. They're all on sale. Let's pull them up real quick on the site to show you. American Tackle Tie Forged High Frame TSH guides, titanium Duralite rings. We have a 25, 20, 16, 12, and 10. And then you can go down after those into this size if you want to, this style if you want to. Let's see the exact name on that. Tie Forge Spinning Guides TS series. And that goes from a 30 all the way down to a 5.5. I'll go over those again and the saltwater series because I love this guide paired with this guide for a lot of my saltwater builds. But freshwater spinning rods, this is the deal. And then, if you ever built a swim bait rod, you know there's a style where they use smaller tie forge style guides, like an 8 to a 7 to 6s, or even a 7 to a 6 to 5.5s, but all double foot on a swim bait rod. And it looks so sick and so clean. A lot of the California guys are doing it. If you want to show the down version right now, or a little small for that, I'll hold it in my hand. But we have a full run of these. The Tie Forge double foot guides, Duralites, titanium, from a 50 all the way down to a 5.5. So you can make a whole entire set with these for a swim bait build or just a heavier duty bass build. It could be a frog rod. I don't know if you want to put these on a frog rod, but you could do a lighter duty casting saltwater rod as well if you want all double foots. This is a great option. What else do we have next? These are sick. These are ring lock gold ringed guides. Let me find them on the site real quick. But there's full runs of these in double foot and single foot. I'm surprised more people haven't gotten to these yet. It's a tie chrome frame with a gold insert, a gold nanoplasma, and they have them in 16, 10s, 8s, 7s, and 6s. So I built out a few guide trains. You could do one that's all double foots. Again, you could do a heavier freshwater, all double foot, a catfish rod, or a light inshore rod as well with these. And they're sick, all gold insert, can't beat that. Sometimes though, when you're shopping a clearance sale, you find little bits and pieces of things and you can't fulfill the whole thing. You don't want to have gold guides and a black tip. Lucky for you, there's matching tips, a few different styles of the, what's the frame? Tichrome frame with the gold nanoplasma inserts. So if you want to do double foots or a double foot stripper or first guide, and then all single foots, we have tons of options for that. Those are on the sale as well, the single foot, so you can make a full guide train. Phil, how are we looking holding in my hand like this? Does it look all right? Cool. We have tips for those as well. If you like those, but you don't like the gold for whatever reason, we got you. Phil says we got a comment from Bill Leary Jr. Jake, which guides do you prefer for, say, light, medium, heavy freshwater rods, mostly for trout, bass, and crappie? Bill, would it be a casting rod or a spinning rod? For a casting rod, I either prefer, for a spinning rod, I either prefer these high frame guides or, one second, let me grab something, offset. these Y or A style guides. A little bit, A little bit older school style. These are American Tackle. These are available right now. I don't know if there's a full run, but you can take these two and then go down to running guides for a lighter, like 1,000 to 2,000 size reel. I think this is a 20 down to a 12. Or these CRB, I don't know if they're A or Y style guides, but these are both in the sale, and these are incredible for using light spinning rod, on light spinning rods. For a casting rod, I would probably do what I just said for freshwater. I would do a first guide double foot, like this one, the gold plasma ring lock. This is what I built on for years. I was a tournament bass fisherman, and I would use these exact same guides, not in the gold, usually the black, but the American Tackle ring lock guides, a double foot, and then down to all single foots. I would usually do an 8, and then a 8 double foot, 6 single foot, and then 5 runners all the way down. But this is perfect for a classic freshwater casting rod, this setup right here. These gold guides. Let me get back to what I was saying about these non-gold guides. Is that comment still up, Phil? There we go. Thanks. Ryan Strunk's in the comments. Even if I was home, I'd be working. Looks like he's at work, escaping work, watching. Thanks for coming, Ryan. We appreciate you. Can you use double foot guides for a casting freshwater? Absolutely. You can do whatever you want. It's custom rod building. So I would try to do on a heavier rod, so you're not doing double foot guides and making it weight-wise heavier on like a light-powered rod, like a little bass jerkbait rod or a panfish rod. But a heavier bass rod, a catfish rod, a sturgeon rod, anything that's a little bit bigger freshwater, you could absolutely do double foot guides all the way down. It's really personal preference. It just will add a little more weight, but it can look really good. Jared Taylor's at work too. We appreciate you. So many great items and prices, so little money. Fishing with Papa, it's okay. This is all on clearance. You need almost no money to buy this stuff. It's that cheap. Everything's 50 to 75% off, and every day there's an extra 20% off a certain category of those items. Like today, it's reel seeds. So all the reel seeds, including this one, would be an extra 20% off today on top of the 50 to 75% it's already off. Same with this CRB palm swell that we talked about, and the G2 Vibe seat from American Tackle. Already 50% off, now they're more off. So can't beat that. If you got no money, it's okay. We're here for you. We'll work with you. Gary's shop here, Gary Olson. Steve Collins is in a meeting and he's still in this. That's dedication right there. If you miss this and you're not in a meeting, you have no excuse because Steve's here. Everyone's supposed to be working. Bill Leary Jr. said, hey Jake, can we use Hunter's credit card for your show? Nobody knows I'm doing this. That's the thing. Like my boss Steve doesn't know this is going on. I don't know if Hunter has seen this yet, but what they don't know won't hurt them. So we can find someone's credit card. I know Todd just retired. He used to do the rod building classes and he still does. He was a blank engineer. He's getting a little loosey-goosey. I'm sure he'd give me his credit card for an afternoon, let us splurge on it. I think we can work something out. Stay till about halfway through the show and we'll get something going for y'all. All right, so freshwater. Let's see what else we got. Microwave micro set. A single foot microwave guide to start the set. Let's see, let's find it on the site for you guys. Microlight micro guides. Chrome Nanolight complete set. Let's see, 11 guides. Size 3 running guides. This is very micro. If you need glasses or you're older and your fingers are big like mine, this might not be the best option for you. But you can use that CRB guide tubing, the red stuff where it comes in little rings, and put those on no problem probably. But just be aware, if you're older, this might not be the best option for you. You might need something more like this, a size 50 surf guide. It'll be a lot easier to see and a lot easier to wrap. But if you're older, have bad vision, or have big hands like me and want to still use these micro guides, send us a message and we'll figure it out. We'll help you. We get on a live call. We'll do whatever we need to help you. Harry Dixon said it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. I live my life like that, Harry. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness after this. You guys are gonna have to help me send some emails in and say, Jake did the best show ever, please keep him on board, because I think I'm gonna be in deep trouble after this, potentially. Steven Mendoza said, Jake, did the blank sale end already? Not at all. We have blanks right here. We have our, what are they called? OEM blanks, Phil? What are the SC blanks? The overstock ones? They're always on sale. I don't know if I have it on my computer, but these blanks are always on sale, and they're on a deeper sale right now. I don't think I'm supposed to get into what day the blanks are going to be on sale, but you did not miss it yet. We have a 7.6 inshore. We actually have a fly rod on sale, and nobody else knows this outside of this room right here, blur in this room. There's going to be tons of blanks added to this sale. There's about 5 or 6 right now, but come this afternoon or tomorrow morning at the latest, tons of MHX and American Tackle blanks are going to be added to this sale. I was looking at the wrong camera. That would have been cool. We put a link in the caption on YouTube and Facebook for the clearance blanks. See what's on there right now, but wait till tonight and see what comes. It's crazy. Fish and Pop, thanks for the help. They're OEM blanks. There's a ton of different blanks from like 6.6 to 7.6, I think, in white and black. People build these things every day. They're great rods. And they're very affordable with an extra percentage off. Okay, I think we've covered the inshore and bass, Phil, for the components so far. Phil says yes, let's get into fly. Actually, before we get into fly, let me show you one more thing. The American Tackle bait casting reels are on sale as well. This is $80. It's a lefty reel, 8 1-to-1 gear ratio, carbon fiber handle. It looks like the CCT reel seats that American Tackle has. Phil's telling me to show you guys. Sorry, I got excited and I couldn't stop looking at it myself. I forgot I'm on a live television / YouTube and Facebook show. I get excited about this kind of stuff. I'm a tackle junkie. This is $80. That's insane. We also have braid and fluoro to go with it, like 10 and 15 pound braid in a bunch of different colors and 10 pound fluoro. So, like I said, the boss isn't watching. I might be able to get Todd's card. I think I'm gonna take one of these home with me, put some 10 pound fluoro on it and build like a little jerkbait rod for bass. Like a 7 foot or maybe even 6'10" medium. Maybe even a Jim Crowley's Signature Series kit. I think he has a jerkbait rod in there, which we haven't even got to that yet. Nobody knows about that either. You guys are gonna learn a lot in this live stream. Those are on sale as well, braid and reels. Phil says, let's go to fly. Before we go to fly, if you guys have any questions about builds you wanna do and you don't know what components you should get, or you have a build in mind and you wanna save money on the components, comment right now what you're gonna build and I'll go through and tell you what components I think you should use for that build to save you the most money. Steven Mendoza is always in here. We appreciate you, Steven. Any slow pitch jigging sales, Anarchy Fishing? Funny you asked. Let's go to the sale page real quick. I don't know if this is slow pitch. I know we have a vertical jigging blank on sale. For sure. CRB vertical jigging rod blanks. Not a slow pitch, but vertical jigging nonetheless. A 5'8" all the way to 7 foot. 15 to 30 pound, all the way up to 80 to 150 pound meat stick. And this might be a little too long. This is 22 inches. We have a 20-inch version and a 12-inch version, but you can use this grip right here as the grip on that build. Detroit River walleye jigging rod, says Aaron Tennant. I've never fished the Detroit River. I know Phil and Jay and Taylor and Chris Adams, a bunch of the guys, they went up to, did you guys go to the Detroit River or was that the Wisconsin River for walleye a few winters ago? They might have been in the Wisconsin River. They were up north though. And I know I built a few rods for them to take on that trip. And I believe, didn't we put high frame guides on them, Phil? Yeah, so you can use, for that, you're probably not gonna need the size 25. You could go with the size 20 to start. Let's pull it up real quick while we're here. Phil, I'm gonna pull it up on the computer real quick. Who's watching? All right. So Detroit River walleye jigging rod. If you're new to a spinning rod, I would start with the size 20. And this guide right here, American Tackle tie forged high frame, titanium. And then in these guides, for this train, you want to drop down about half in size every guide. So your stripper's a 20, you want to do about a 12 or a 10 for your second guide. And then after that, you want to go to about a 7, 6, or 5. But I would start, personally, I would do a 20, a 12 high, and then we don't have an 8 or 7 in this series. So I would jump to this series, the TS. Now I'll do a 7 low in that one, which looks like that, and then go to your running guides. We have Bigfoot running guides and the regular size running guides as well. Here we go. The TRS. We have a size 10, 6, 5.5. 5s are sold out, but then a 4.5 all the way down to a 3. So that's what I would do, a 20, 10, 7L, and then running guides. For the reel seat, you could use the American Tackle Palm Swell because it will be a spinning rod. If you use some decorative stuff, you could either do this winding check or one of the decorative winding checks we went over. And then there might be a blank, well, I don't know. Check back in tonight on the Moto website. There could be a blank that's perfect for that by tonight. Do you have a MHX 4-foot gaffin rod blank? I don't think, on this sale, we don't have a 4-foot, but we do have a 6-footer. It's the TGB-6. And this thing is sick, beautiful carbon fiber, glassed over. What, Phil? He asked later on if he can cut it down. That's what I was gonna say. You take this 6-footer, cut 2 inches off the back, put your gaff on here, and that's a 4-footer. What? I said 2 inches? Sorry, 2 inches on the mind. 2 feet, cut it down 2 feet. 6 feet to 4 feet, thank you, Phil. It pays to have a producer in-house to keep me in line. That's what I would do. Ultralight panfish build, what do you recommend? Ultralight panfish, I would again go back to these high frame style guides, but I would start with the smaller one. I would start with probably a 16. I'll do the 16 and then the 10 and then go to the 7 again or the 6 and one of the other styles and then to your running guides. Hoffman put in 2 feet equals 2 inches according to Jake. Thank you for the clarification, guys. And then Dave, check back tonight, see if there's any blanks that are on sale on the site that work for you. 7-foot medium heavy fast for Detroit, and I like the microwave guides. Matt Hurley, perfect. Let's see. Josh McLean. I'm building a 7-foot, 30 to 60 pound casting or conventional rod for a Speedmaster or a like. What components do you have? Funny you asked. We have a ton for that right now. Let's go to the guides. Turbo guides, if you want to use turbo guides. I went over this earlier in the show. We have 25s, 12s, and 8s and turbo guides with a blue ring and a few different colors as well. Let's see what else we got. We also have chrome with a halide ring. You see that on the computer. And a holographic chrome, which is like the blue, the purple, the yellow, you get all that stuff. So you can do any of those guides, you just have to find a full train. This one only has a 25 and 8, so you probably won't be able to do a full train with that, but you could get these for repairs too. People are always breaking guides. 25 and a 10 and the chrome and halide. So you're probably gonna have to do the blue zirconia if you wanna go with these guides, but that would be a good guide for that rod. I don't think you'd wanna do the CRB boat frame guides for a rod like that. You'd wanna do something more like the American Tackle ring lock guides. It depends. This might be a little bit undergunning it too though. Guides, well, you could do these, or you could do a ring lock medium duty or heavy duty guide for those. And then I know we will have blanks on sale by tonight for that build. So Josh, check back in tonight on the Moto website and there will be more blanks added for that, for sure. Let's see, guy math. Hey, Steph, said Jonathan. Hey, hello from Washington State. Joe Cook, hello. Okay, answered some questions. Now let's go to fly stuff. I'm getting into fly like crazy. It actually started because I built a few fly rods and I fell in love with it. I love how you can build them aesthetically. The beautiful cork grips, really cool like wood handle or wood insert reel seats, and then you can do like really fine accents with the threads. I don't know why I said fine twice, but really good accents on the threads and cool, classy thread work. Check this out. Another thing I had no idea we even had. This is sick. An American Tackle reversed half wells handle in jade wood. Unreal how pretty this thing is. It has the wood on the bottom that'll go over the reel seat and on the top, and a good high quality cork in the middle where you'll be grabbing it. But whoever thought of this didn't leave you hanging. Also have reel seats to go along with it. The American Tackle uplocking fly seat, it matches in color. It's also jade wood. Look at that. Can you see that, Phil? How's it look? Tough to see on camera maybe, but it's beautiful. Fits right on top of that. Comes with a butt. And this is perfect for a 3, maybe up to 5 weight. It's recommended for a 3 weight. I might use it on a 5 weight because it's so pretty. I'm going to Colorado later this summer with Anthony, our education program guy here in Mudhole. I might build one of these for Colorado. That's just beautiful. And I know we also have these really pretty winding checks to go on top of the grips. Let me see if I can't pull it up on the site for you. There we go. American Tackle AWC aluminum winding check. It's gonna be tough to see this one in my hand, but it's like knurled, and it's a really pretty high quality, classy fly winding check. Bunch of different sizes, 8.9 millimeter, 10.5, 11.4, and 13.05 millimeter. Go right on top of this grip right here. Adds a whole nother level of class, and it matches the color. Here we go. Phil's asking me to show the top part more. Adds color and class to that matches the reel seat. These are sick. Very excited about these. Sorry, Hunter, you're gonna see one of these missing off the return form. It's going with me. I have to. Or put it on Todd's card, maybe. Check out this blank. Another one that I don't know how it got through on the sale, but it's an MHX native 9-foot 7 weight blank. This is the same blank that's in the Chris Adams all-water fly rod kit. I just built one of these and I've been using it for bass and inshore. I haven't really caught anything yet because I'm new to fly fishing, but I love it. It's so sick. It's in a beautiful like satin black color. You can do tons of cool, you can do anything to it. It's just a blank. But this is sweet. And that's the only fly blank on the sale as of now. I might get another one and build it for if we ever go back to Wisconsin. Chris was throwing it in Wisconsin with Matt Steffen on a bass boat in a river, threading the needle in between brush piles and crazy stuff, and catching smallmouth on a popper on the river on fly. It was unreal on that blank. Let's see if we can pull that blank up real quick. Harry Dixon said he has an 8-footer gator glass, no information on it. Have to get with somebody at Mudhole to get the specs. Give us a call, Harry. Customer service will take care of you and figure out what that blank is. Bill Leary Jr. had to tell a patient to wait so you could watch this. That's insane. We have doctors neglecting to help patients in need just to watch the Takeover clearance sale special. Thank you, Bill. We appreciate you. We're gonna send you something on Todd's card, maybe Hunter's, either way. We appreciate you. Keep neglecting patients for us. I'm just kidding, don't do that, but thanks for watching. Fishing with Papa said, fly blanks make great conventional crappie builds, and he's right. It's hard to find a long crappie blank. I've used the salmon or steelhead blanks too. They're long 2-piece rods, like 11 to, or I think they're like 8 to 11 or 12 feet. And they have like a 2 to 4 or 2 to 6 line rating one, which is sick. But you can also use a fly rod too. Another thing you can do that somebody just did, Sam, who comes in here a lot, She built a 6 to 8 weight fly rod for her dad, but built it spinning for casting lures to pompano on the beach. If you pompano fish with jigs, it is hard to find the right rod. So you have to bomb it out there, but you want it to be a lighter rod. And anything over 8 foot from the store is usually only gonna be a surf rod, and that is way too heavy to bomb a little like 1/4 to 3/8 ounce to 3/4 ounce pompano jig. You can take a fly rod and build it, or something like the Spin Jig 9600, SJ 9600, or the HS 9600 Hot Shot. That's an 8 foot blank, sick and so underrated. You can also do a fly rod. Phil, do we have any other fly stuff on the sale? I think that's most of it. Fly rods always have a stripper guide. You can go back again to this American Tackle ring lock gold ring guide. Perfect stripper guide for fly rods. This looks like a size 16, so 7 or 8 or above, 7 or 8 weight probably. We have the 12s, 10s, all the way down to 8. So almost any size fly rod you want to build, we have the stripper for that. And that gold would look really classy now that I think about it. I would do this as the stripper guide, or maybe 2 of these if it's a 7 or 8 weight, and then go down to chrome wire, like snake style fly guides. That's classy. Another thing that might not make it back to the warehouse after this sale. Good idea, Jake. All right, so we got the fly stuff. All right, Bill Leary, the doctor, says he's not neglecting the patients, he's just holding them. Way different story, way different story. The patient probably is watching too. Bill might have him locked up in there, watching the show. All right, so let's do a giveaway. Phil, we're about halfway through with the components. We still have offshore and then some different cool things to talk about, but let's do a giveaway right now. We're gonna give away this American Tackle bait casting reel, a lefty. We need everybody to comment right now where you're from. Everybody comment where you're watching from. We're gonna give away this reel. 8 1-to-1 gear ratio. Holds a good amount of line. We're gonna send you the American Tackle Bushido fluorocarbon or braid to go with it. We're gonna send you home with a blank, and we're gonna set you up with some components to build it. Comment where you're from, where you're watching this from. We'll pick someone right now to go home with all these prizes. Phil, what do you think? We'll give you guys a second. Phil says give us time to get entered. Think we should send them with one of these Vibe reel seats, Phil, to build it on? I think that'd look pretty cool. Phil says if we're using Todd's card, anything is possible. Looks pretty slick right there. One of you guys is gonna win that. All on Todd's card. All right, let's pick someone, Phil. We got them all commenting. Who is gonna win? Reggie's in here. Hello, Reggie. I can't see. All right. Who do we got? Saw Jimmy Joe Wade. Shady Pirate Fishing. No way. This guy's always on social media. I think he won our Threads giveaway on Threads, Phil. When we did that Threads app giveaway, I think he won that too. This guy's a lucky son of a gun. That's awesome. Well, this guy builds a lot of rods. This is gonna be perfect. Now you got a reel to put on your next rod. Shady Pirate Fishing. Send us a DM on the Mudhole Instagram. I know you follow us on there. We see you all the time. We repost you. Congrats to you. You're getting everything to build a rod and an American Tackle reel. If you guys didn't win that giveaway, you can still get this on the clearance sale right now. We'll put this to the side for him. Okay, so we talked about full builds you can do, some offshore stuff, some fly stuff. We talked about bass stuff, actually, not offshore stuff. Now let's go offshore and heavy saltwater. So, you already saw the American Tackle reel seat. Let me show you guys the colors this comes in. I did not show you that. Did I show them that, Phil? I don't think we did. This comes in a bunch of different sizes and colors. All aluminum. We got green, purple, blue, gold, black, red, silver, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, all of it. Size 20, size 18, 20, and 22 in the green, 22. Tons of different color choices there. Now, this is my favorite part of this sail. I grew up a bass fisherman. I started building rods as a bass fisherman, building bass fishing rods, but I transitioned into snook fishing, tarpon fishing, and red fishing. And there's a very specific type of rod you build for that. It's like a 9-foot, medium heavy to extra heavy saltwater rod that you can throw big swim baits, big jigs on a long distance and horse fish in. Very specific guide train I like to use. Starts with one of these guides right here. Let's find the exact name. It's a tie forged double foot, but I always start with a size 30. And this is perfect for like a 4K all the way to a 7 or even 8,000 size reel. The tie forged TDF guide in a size 30. This SKU number is DITDF-30. For most of my rod builds and even on my mullet rod kit, which is like the exact rod I use for snook, tarpon, redfish, all in a kit available at Mudhole, I use this exact guide train. I use a size 30 double foot. I'm gonna put them down here on the table fill. And then I go to a size 20 single foot. And if I get over like a 20 to 40 pound rod or even 15 to 30 sometimes, I'll go all double foot. But for most of my stuff I'm doing around here, around Central Florida, East Coast or West Coast, I can get away with this. Down to a size 20, and then a 12, and then run it all the way out with 10s or go to a 10 and then 8s. For this one, I don't believe the 8s were in stock, so we did all 10s, but that's perfect. That just means you can pass bigger leader through your guides. Let's see, yeah, we did 10s here. 6s would be a little small, 6s are in stock, but I would go 10s. So 30, 20, 12, 10s. That is the perfect guide train, all with the American Tackle tie forged spinning guides in titanium. You can use that for snook, redfish, tarpon. You can use this offshore too. If you have a snapper rod that you want to do, you can use this for 6'6" rods, 6-foot rods, all the way up to 9, 10 footers. You just have to adjust how many guides you have and adjust accordingly for your reel. But great guide layout. This is what I use in a lot of rods. I got a lot of people using it now. Check this one out. So we have that. Let's say now you want to build a meat stick rod. I'm talking about a pier rod or a boat rod that's all fiberglass and is strictly for winching fish out. You don't want to fight them at all. You want to winch them out. This is the perfect guide. CRB braced boat guides. Let's pull them up here for you. Wireframe boat guides. You'll see these on a lot of the piers in South Florida on some old school heavy duty fiberglass rods. They have a brace on them. They're all metal. They are beefy. They're not super heavy either. And we have tip tops to match. Like I said earlier, sometimes you find a clearance sale, you gotta pick things together, part them together. We have everything for these guide trains. The perfect sizes, full guide trains. We also have unbraced as well. The brace is this part. Where do you want to go, Phil? To Justin's camera? The bracing is right here. This brace on the guide, in between the guide feet. There's unbraced and braced, and we have both in this color with the tips available right now. Now, here is a sweet guide train you can run for a lot of offshore stuff, conventional or casting. Back to the ring lock guides, but the tie chrome, which one is it? Tie chrome nanoplasma. It's like a silver with a silver ring. We have 20, 16, 12, 10. That is the perfect guide train. Kingfish rod, sailfish rod. These are the perfect size, the perfect duty. They're super lightweight, but they're insanely durable. You could even do this on a fly rod. You could use this for a saltwater fly rod all day. This is not a fact, I don't think. It might be a fact, but I've heard that this guide right here reduced a certain company's fly rod breakages by over 20% by using this guide, because it has these 4 braces right here and allows the guide to bend with the blank and reduce breakages. So you can use this for a big fly rod. You can use the whole train of double foot guides for anything that's not insanely heavy offshore. Should I wait to purchase tonight in case more blanks pop up, says Steven Mendoza. tough to say. With these clearance sales, when stuff goes, it's gone. And we had a big day yesterday, and it's a big day today so far, at least before I went on live here, it was a big day. You can risk not having what you want if you wait. And this stuff is never going back in stock, so once it's gone, it's gone. You might be okay to wait till just after this to order, but I'd say it's worth it just to make 2 orders. If you know you want stuff that's in the cart right now, make the order just to be sure. But that's a judgment question. It can get tough. Fishing with Papa said, I'm building a couple catfish rods. I'll be using Abu Garcia 6500 C3 round reels. I think I'll use the heavy OEM blanks. What guides and reel seat would you recommend? Well, heavy catfish rod, right here. These are light guides, they're double foot, the ones we just talked about right here. Ring lock, casting, and stripping guides. I would do the exact same guide train I just said. 20, 16, 12, and run it down with 10s. However many 10s you need. Perfect. Excuse me. You could go to these big brace guides we just talked about, but depending, it's probably overkill, unless you're doing giant catfish. There's a big wave of people throwing a bunch of rods out for big catfish. This is perfect for those type of rods, 8-footers and above, heavier, big fiberglass durable rods. This is the deal, because they're cheap, they don't break, and they're not that heavy. But smaller catfish, a little more aesthetically pleasing build, I would go with these ring lock guides. Let's see. Harry Dixon said I definitely need to get my hands on a mullet setup. If you guys don't know, we have rod kits, staff rod kits that Hunter McCamey, our vice president, Chris Adams, the other Mudhole Live host, along with Hunter McCamey, and myself have fully built out for you guys. That means we selected all the parts that we build with on our favorite rods and put them all in a kit that you can buy with one click of a button. I have a 9-foot mullet rod kit that's perfect for surf and inlet fishing. Chris Adams is a full-time guide, well, half-time, but probably full-time guide in Biscayne Bay. When he's not here at Mudhole doing the live show or not writing blogs for you guys to read, he's on the water in Biscayne Bay guiding people to catch bonefish, permit, and tarpon. He fishes probably 3 to 5 times a week hard, and his clients fish these rods, and he made these rod kits specifically for that type of stuff. Hunter McCamey is a successful bass fisherman. He fished on the UCF bass fishing team for years. He won tournaments at the highest level, and he's fished all his life. He created his favorite bass fishing kits. So all those kits are on the Mudhole website. Those are not on sale right now. We gotta shout them out a little bit. Brandon Randolph from Apopka, right down the road. Come on into Oviedo, 20 minutes down the road. If I place 2 orders, can they combine them to save shipping? I don't know. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I would call customer service immediately. If you place them back to back, call customer service and get with them right away, as soon as possible. All right, what else do we got for offshore and heavier saltwater? Back to these old man guides. I'm just kidding. These are regular young man or old man guides. They're microwave size 50 spinning set. So surf rods, snook rods, tarpon rods. I've seen a lot of guys build these for snook rods. Perfect guide train. I think it goes from a 50 to a 30 ring, and then double foots all the way down. You can use this for carp too. Actually, are they single foots or double foots? These go to single foots. So it's kind of like the microwave version of this layout I just showed you with the tie forge guides. Very similar. Great guide set. Now let's go to a saltwater blank that's available. This is an OEM 7.6 blank, and it is sick. It's raw. That means it's sanded down and it's not clear coated over. It doesn't have a color on it. It's raw blank, light as possible. Nothing added on it. Phil wants me to show it and hold it still. I forgot, we're on camera again. It's a 7.6. I'm gonna get some focus going here. Raw blank, unsanded, unpainted. Let's pull it up real quick on the site so I can show you the exact specs. But Phil, I just heard him say he's gonna build one this morning. Once we get out of here, we're gonna go raid the warehouse. Raid the warehouse on Todd's card again, probably. Get some parts for this. Here we go, Phil. 7.6 medium inshore and light saltwater rod, made in America. These are made right here in the States. I know a lot of guys want that nowadays. Perfect. But don't mistake this only for a saltwater rod. I know it's labeled saltwater, but this is a perfect bass crankbait or chatterbait rod. You can leave it 7/6 or you can cut it down. There's a lot of uses for that. Just like with any other blank, what it's titled for is not the only thing you can use it for. Great blank. Okay, there's all our offshore stuff we want to talk about and heavier saltwater stuff. Now let's get into some of the decorative stuff we have and the nuanced things. Showed you the abalone earlier. We have purple, pink, huh? Blue. Thank you, Phil. Let's see what colors, all the colors we have real quick. I know we have white. Like I said, I'm surprised these are on sale. Went to the wrong place, give me 1 second. But I do something cool. Mary Christie just talked about it in her latest podcast. I have to send her the pictures of it. You can see right here. Phil, can you pull it up real quick? Right here where my mouse is, that's 5 different strips of abalone under this guide right here. So I took little tiny cuts of this abalone right here and a few of the different color ones and inlaid them, put thread in between them to make them really pop. But you can do a lot of stuff with this abalone. I know some guys will take the whole entire sheet and put it down to build. I like to use small little pieces as accents. You can see an example right there. But some Microlight abalone shell, purple, blue, orange, pink, red, white, or starflake white pearl they call it. And we have it in 4.75 inch by 5 inch and 9.25 by 5 inch. So small and big sheets. That stuff is sick. While we're talking about the decorative, let's talk about these rod skins we have. If you're a diehard MHX fan, this is for you. What this is a sticker. Essentially, the same as abalone for the cutout and laying down process. You mark your blanks, see how much of it you need on both sides, mark it, cut down that line, start on the back side of the rod, and apply it all the way around the rod using your decal roller tool, which is a brand new tool we just came out with. It's perfect for laying stuff like this down, bubble-free, clean edges. We have MHX, we have like trout patterns from all over the world. We have football, 8-ball, pool, tons of different options on that. Let's see, pull that up for you real quick. Rod skins, decorative wraps, extra large. You got that on the computer, Phil? No worries. Here it is right here. A cod color, lionfish, rasta wood color, football field, all types of stuff. MHX, we got it all. Next, on the decorative. This kind of relates back to the saltwater. Heat shrink. This is what I did. I think it's 20 millimeter heat shrink, super small, but this is perfect for building minimalistic surf and saltwater rods, where you just have a reel seat and then you put heat shrink on top and bottom of it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go, Phil. The black heat shrink in 20 millimeter, super small, but you put this right on top of your reel seat like this. Shrink it down over the blank, reel seat, heat shrink, and then a lot of guys will put it all the way down from the back of the reel seat down to the butt of the rod on the blank as well. And this is the perfect size. You don't want to get too big, like a 30 or 40 millimeter. It might not shrink down. Pro tip, this stuff usually shrinks all the way down to half of what it is originally. That's what I've heard. So this will shrink down on a surf blank perfectly. We have that black color that you see there. Also have these smooth, that was a black X-Flock. We have the smooth colors, or styles and colors, in green, black, blue, purple, yellow. They sold out of the white, looks like, but these are sweet too. Different look, I built a lot of surf rods with these. This looks kind of Japanese. It looks really cool when you put it on a grip. I've done it on a swim bait rod, where I did the paracord underneath. It's like an EVA foam grip, spiral the paracord under it, and you put this heat shrink on top. It's awesome. Yes, Phil just brought up a good point. He did marbling on one of these. Did you marble it and then shrink it, or did you shrink it and marble it? He dipped it in marbling, like how you would do, what's that called, the process called? What? Magic marbling. or hydro dipped it with magic marbling essentially, put it on a blank, shrunk it down and epoxied over it. And it looked like waves in the ocean. It was pretty crazy. So you can do that with that. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Phil wants to wrap it up quickly. We're gonna talk about repairs you can do. There's a bunch of guides on here that are perfect for repairs. If you're a rod repairman, you can make a lot of money, doing that. There's a bunch of tips and guides on here that are like classic repair tips and guides. Phil, go on the screen real quick. We have this butt cap, a rubber butt cap that you can use for offshore or any type of repairs. 82 cents, you cannot beat that. Just buy 10 of those things, you'll be laughing. $8.20, out the door, come on. What else do we got? Let's see these guides real quick, do a little quick scan over of the sail. This is not everything too, we have tons more. This is one thing I wanted to mention that I missed on the offshore stuff. These Virtus UL guides are insane. We went on the road all year this year. We're in California, Texas, North Carolina, Alabama. I can't tell you how many of these guides I saw on builds. And these black titanium nanolite rings are on sale right now. Full lineups, 25, 20, 16, 12, 10, all the way down. Cannot beat this guide. It looks incredibly sleek and it performs very well by American Tackle. That is a great guide to have for your offshore builds. Let me find these clearance guides real quick and then we'll wrap it up. Don't leave yet though. We got a few more interesting things to talk about before we go. Here we go. American Tackle casting guides with halide rings. 40, 20, 16, and 12s. If you repair rods, this is on so many older school surf and saltwater rods and it's very affordable. $1.82, can't beat it. Another thing we have is these guides right here. Kicking it back a little more old school, I've repaired a ton of these spin/cast guides that have the white insert, white kind of blue insert. They're really hard to find and you cannot always find them. Right now we have 3 more left of the size 30s and a bunch of the size 16s. But 16s probably your most common size because they use a lot of these on casting rods too, not just spinning. I just stock up on these. I have a box full of them at home from a past sale. These will never be in stock again, I don't believe. So grab some of these if you repair rods. One last thing is this grit. I've used this to make my own reamers. Now that we have the extra 4-inch reamers that you guys saw on Valentine's Day, this is not as applicable. That's probably why it's on clearance. But I've had to make my own reamers a lot too. You cover a blank, an old blank that you cut down with glue. It can be pro paste or whatever, and then just coat it, do a little salt bay action with this grit stuff and let it dry on there, and now you have a reamer. Huh? Salt bay action, we missed it that time, something like that. Last but not least, American Tackle, cups. Can't beat it, I've had it by my side the whole show today. You need a cup when you're building rods, you're building for hours at a time. You don't want to get dehydrated, that's the last thing you want to do. A dehydrated rod builder is not an effective rod builder. Stay hydrated with American Tackle. Let's see. It's about all we have. Phil, I know we have a little surprise for them to tell them. We want to tell them now what's coming up tomorrow for the sale. Let's do it. I think Phil said he heard the footsteps of our boss coming. We'll be quick with this. Right now, today, real seats are on sale, extra 20% off. Tomorrow, you guys are the only ones who know this in the whole world. Tools, supplies, and gear will be 20% off. That's everything. I think that's those reels. That's all rod building supplies and tools will be 20% off tomorrow. So you guys are the first to know about that. Again, check back in tonight for the blanks. I know there's MHX. I'll give you a sneak preview of what I heard last night. Power tip series, I believe. There is a few of the Mag Bass series going on sale. Not the whole lineup. That's like one of the best lineups we have for bass fishing. But I know an MB 905, that's going on sale. And an 845, I believe, too. Sick blanks for heavy fishing, frogs, flipping, any of that stuff, the deal. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned some of how you can shop more effectively at Mudhole. Think a little bit differently. Always check the clearance section before you build. Think about what you're building in the future and save some money. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully I still have a job here. I just saw my boss over there somewhere. So Phil, let's get this thing shut down and pack up and get out of here. Thank you.